lie down. Close your eyes. Tonight there is something I want you to hear before you sleep. Something you will hear like a very old secret you always knew but forgot. You were never broken. Not when they yelled at you as a child. Not when they abandoned you. Not when you failed. Not when you lost someone. Not when your heart broke. Not tonight, with the insomnia weighing on you. Never. I know it sounds impossible. You have spent years believing the opposite. You have spent money on techniques. You have read books trying to fix yourself. You have tried 1,000 things to feel whole. Tonight you discover something strange. There was nothing to fix. Breathe. Michael Neill, along with many other teachers, saw something very important in his work with people who suffered deeply. He saw that beneath all the pain, beneath all the anxiety, beneath all the patterns of insomnia, there was something intact. He called it innate well-being. But the word matters less than the experience. It is that part of you that never changed. That part that is breathing right now as you listen. That part that knows you are here. When you were born, you were whole. No baby arrives in the world thinking, I am broken. They arrive with a clean presence, without history, without trauma. That presence never left. It was only covered with thoughts, with beliefs, with identities, with layers of things you were told you were. But underneath, complete, intact, waiting, that original presence remained. Tonight you touch it. Imagine the sea at night. The surface moves. Waves, currents, wind. That is your daily mind. That is what you have believed yourself to be. But the sea has another layer. Below, "20 meters down, the water becomes calm. At 100 meters, there is almost no movement. At 1,000 meters, there is absolute silence. And that silence is the sea. The waves are only surface. You are that sea. The silent depth. Not the waves. The waves will always exist. Thoughts will always arrive. Emotions will rise and fall. But you, the deepest part of you, is the silence that never moved. Now mentally descend toward that depth. Leave the waves above. The thoughts about tomorrow above. The worries of the day above. You descend. Slowly. Each meter deeper, less movement. less noise, more stillness. When you reach the bottom, you recognize something. You were always here. This calm was not built tonight. It was here when you were 5, when you were 15, when you were 30. Now, it does not age. It does not break. It cannot break. If it never broke, then it does not have to heal. If it does not have to heal, then the path is not to do something. The path is to remember. Tonight, you remember. You remember that the part of you that is tired, the part that has been fighting with the bed, the part that says, "I will not sleep," is not the real part. It is a layer, a strong layer sometimes, but only a layer. And beneath the layer, someone whole. Breathe deeply. Lower your attention from thought to the sensation of the body. From the sensation of the body to the sensation of simply existing. Existing. Nothing more. No identity. No history. Just existing. That is your innate well-being. That Exactly that. And here is something liberating. You do not have to change anything in your life to reach here. You do not have to do therapy for 10 years. You do not have to meditate every morning. You do not have to heal. You can arrive here in 2 seconds, like tonight. Because this is what you already are. Sid Banks, the man who discovered the 3 principles, had a sudden realization one day. He realized he was not depressed. There were depressive thoughts in his mind. But he was not those thoughts. He was the consciousness that contained them. And that consciousness was at peace. When he saw it, his decades-long depression fell away. Not because he fought it, because he recognized he was never what it said he was. Tonight you can have that realization, even a small one, about your insomnia. There are thoughts of insomnia. There are sensations of not being able to sleep. There is frustration. But you are none of that. You are the consciousness in which all that appears. And that consciousness is resting right now. Breathe. The deep sea inside you breathes with you. Notice something, even while you cannot sleep. A part of you is at peace. the part that is listening to this voice, the part that is recognizing these words, the part that is. That part never had insomnia. It cannot have it. Rest in that part. Release the tired me. Release the me who should sleep. Release the me who is failing. All are layers, and all the layers are resting on a bottom that has never moved. The bottom is who you are. Now, with closed eyes, feel how the bed holds you, like the sea holds everything that floats upon it. Your body floats on the bed. Your mind floats on innate well-being. Both held by something greater. If a thought arrives saying, "But I am broken, look at everything I have suffered," do not fight it. Just acknowledge that is a thought. And thoughts are waves, not the sea. You are never broken. You are covered. You are forgotten to yourself. You are asleep to the well-being. But never broken. What broke were some expectations, some illusions, some fantasies of what your life would be. Those broke, and they had to break so you could see what was always underneath. Breathe. Your body sinks deeper into the bed, like one who surrenders to a sea that knows them, like one who stops swimming because they know they are held. Now, one last thing. Look back at all the nights you spent trying to fix yourself, trying to be better, trying not to be who you are. And send compassion to that being. They were doing the best they could with what they believed. They did not know what you now know. There is no one to blame. Tonight you stop trying to heal something that never broke. And in that letting go, you heal without trying. The deep sea continues, silent, ancient, intact. You are that sea. And the sea does not need to sleep to rest. The sea is always resting. It is its nature. Let this truth push you softly towards sleep. Not forcing. Not seeking. Just recognizing that you are already rested in your depths. And the body, the surface, follows naturally. if the thought, "I will not fall asleep," arrives, you smile softly inside because you know the one who does not sleep is not you. It is a passing wave. You're already resting at the bottom of the sea. Breathe once more. The sea holds you. The sea you have always been. The sea that never broke. The sea that needs you to do nothing. Nothing to fix. Nothing to change. Nothing to find. Only to remember. You are always what you were looking for. You are always enough. You are always whole. And tonight, finally, you know it. The body lets itself fall deeper. Consciousness becomes faint. The waves on the surface silence. Only the deep sea remains, welcoming everything. Sleep in the certainty that you were never broken. Sleep in the peace that was always here. Think about all the years you spent looking for something you already had. All the books read. All the teachers consulted, all the techniques tried. None of that was wasted. It brought you exactly here, to this bed, to this night, to this moment where you finally see there was nothing to find. The deep sea within you was not earned. It was not cultivated. It was not built. It was always there, waiting for you to stop searching outside. And there is something else you discover tonight. If you are never broken, then no one is broken. The people who hurt you are not broken either. They were covered, forgotten to themselves, asleep to their own deep sea. And that made them act from the surface, from the waves. You do not forgive them for what they did. You simply see them and seeing frees them. And seeing frees you. Compassion tonight is not an effort. It is a natural consequence of sight. When you see that no one is broken, the defense falls. Resentment dissolves. The chest opens. And sleep becomes deep. Neill called it innate mental health. But the label matters little. What matters is that you can feel it now. Right now, as you hear this voice, there is something in you That is completely okay. Not tomorrow when you've slept. Not when you solve your problems. No, that part needs nothing from you. Only that you recognize it from time to time. The deep sea remains silent, ancient, yours. Sleep, sleep, sleep.